Swamiji and Supreme Court of Hinduism also sees you. Those of you attending this, we request all of you not to use any virtual backgrounds, no sort of blurry backgrounds, anything. Use natural background as well. Ensure you're well lit and shown completely in the camera. And all the parliamentarians of Kailasa, all the Rajya Sabha members, all the Chit Sabha members, we request you to please log in, rename yourself as per naming convention based on each parliament you're representing from. So Rajya Sabha members, your Rajya Sabha of which zone and all the Chit Sabha members to be aligned to the Chit Sabha naming convention. And also, no form of photography, videography, or audiography is also allowed. And also, no form of AI transcript also allowed during the darshan and satsang and supreme Pontiff Hinduism. In fact, all of this has been provided for all of you directly in the official handles of Kailasa. Let's now get ready to prepare ourselves with a head and spine straight line to receive the grace, darshan, satsang of the Supreme Pontiff. Sit straight, close your eyes. Inhale and exhale as slowly as possible and as deeply as possible. Center yourself into a space of gratitude. At this moment, any thoughts arises, just do not give any meaning to it. Just observe. Do not create a thought. Do not sustain a thought. Do not destroy a thought. Do not indulge yourself into the thoughts and do not give meaning to it. Just witness it from a third person point of view. Witness all the things. Observe whatever is happening in you at this point. Avoid any restlessness at this point of time. With the externally on, internally. Let the inner chatter be completely. Do not indulge yourself in such thoughts. Just observe. Even the inner chatter, just observe. Do not give any meaning, do not give any interpretations to all the inner chatter that's constantly running in. Just observe. Observe the observer. Witness the witnesser. Become aware of the awareness. Be conscious of the consciousness. Witness every single thing that's happening in you at this point of time. Just whatever is happening in you at this moment. Observe. Observe the observe. See who's actually seeing the reality in front of you. Who's that person who's perceiving what the exact is? Observe that. Who's that one person, who's giving the confirmation? Yes, I'm seeing this. Who's the seer that is seeing through your eyes? Who's that listener who's listening through your ears? That's giving you a confirmation. Yes, I am listening. Who's that person who's talking? 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 Talking.
श्री कैलासोन्नत द्वादशान्त श्यामला पीठारूढ श्री मीनाक्षी सुन्दरेश्वराभिन्न स्वरूप परशिव पुत्ररत्नकुमार गुरुमन्यतुल्यावतार श्री पार्वती स्तन्यमान लब्ध दिव्यज्ञानविश्रुत सकल दिगमागमसारभूत द्राविड वेद प्रवर्तक श्रीमन् परमशिव करुणा समधिगत मुक्तामय चतुरश्रयान दीयमान छत्र चामर श्री चिन्नकाहलादि समस्त विरतावल्यरन्दित ज्ञान विज्ञान चक्रवर्ती सर्वजन संग सत्योजात निर्वाण दीक्षा व्ययापवर्ग श्रीभूत परमतकल भेद केशरी शैव सिद्धांत स्थापनाचार्य श्री राजाधिराज पाण्ड्य महाराज गुरु श्रवण शाक्यादि महातकार निर्वाण ज्ञानवानु दीक्षानर्हार्ह वचोच्चेदन पूर्वक ऋषभध्वजस्थापक शैव समय कर्तृ सर्वज्ञ पीठारूढ़ श्री जगद्गुरु श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक स्वामी वागीश सुंदर माणिक्य वाचक स्वामिना अवतार भूत श्री ज्ञान संबंध स्वामी पुनरुद्धृत श्यामला पीठ महासंस्थान ज्ञान साम्राज्य शासक सर्वज्ञ पीठारूढ़ तृणवत्युत्तर वशततम गुरु महासन्निधान महानिर्वाणि पीठस्य अष्टोत्तर सहस्रश्री महामण्डलेश्वर अटल पीठस्य अष्टोत्तर सहस्रतम श्री अटल पीठाधीश्वर श्रीमत् परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य वर्य सच्चिदानंद प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ नित्योत्सव नित्य मंगल नित्य कल्याण नित्य रचित नित्यानंद पीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठ कर्तृ जगद्गुरु भगवान श्री परमहंस नित्यानंद श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामी परात् परात् परात्
राजाधिराजाय प्रषड्यशालिने नमो वयं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे श्यामे
Nithyanandam. Today is the second day of the grand festival of the Guru Purnima Brahmotsavam. This festival revives our cosmic roots through the sacred Guru Parampara, inviting us to actively awaken our inner spiritual, conscious sovereignty and become the living embodiment of KAILASA. Before the grand celebrations of Guru Purnima Brahmotsavam begin, the guardian deities of the temple are traditionally worshipped. Their supreme blessings and protection are sought for the absolute success, safety, and the spiritual fruition of all the upcoming sacred celebrations. Today, the entire pantheon of guardian deities of our temple ecosystem are honored and invoked. We are now going to offer our deep worship and gratitude to Pidari Amman, Devi Kali, Bhagavan Kalabhairava, Bhagavan Munishwara, and Devi Karnashini. Kalabhairava is the ferocious manifestation of Paramashiva, the presiding Lord of time. Out of extreme love and compassion, he cleanses our karmas and awakens us to our peak integrity and authenticity, perfectly aligning our inner space for this sacred season. Mother Kali is the goddess of time and transformation. She relentlessly destroys the deep-seated inauthenticities within us, dissolving the ego to awaken Paramashivatva, the true manifested from the very face of Paramashiva, eternally protects his devotees and safeguards the sacred space of the temple, anchoring the spiritual energy of the kshetra. And we offer our puja to Devi Karnashini, the Kula Devata of the Kailasa Paramparagata Surya Vamsha Surangi Samrajyam. We pray to all the guardian deities for the grand, historic success of this festival. Let us now offer our heartfelt gratitude and devotion to Devi Pidari Amman, Devi Kali, Bhagavan Kalabhairava, Bhagavan Munishwara, and Karnashini Devi, and to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, and all his deities in Kailasa's temples around the world.
ॐ कालाभ्राभां कटाक्षैररिकुलभयदां मौलिबद्धेन्दुरेखां शङ्खं चक्रं कृपाणं त्रिशिखमपि करैरुद्वहन्तीं त्रिनेत्रां सिंहस्कन्धाधिरूढां त्रिभुवनमखिलं तेजसा पूरयन्तीं ध्यायेद्दुर्गां जयाख्यां त्रिदश परिवृतां सेवितां सिद्धिकामैः सहस्रदलपङ्कजे सकलशीतरश्मिप्रभं वराभयकराम्बुजं विमलगन्धपुष्पाम्बरं प्रसन्नवदनेक्षणं सकलदेवतारूपिणं स्मरेच्छिरसि हंसकं तदभिमानपूर्वं गुरुम् अथ धूपः ॐ दशाङ्गं गुग्गुलोपेतं सुगन्धं च सुमनोहरम् आघ्रेयः सर्वदेवानां धूपोऽयं प्रतिगृह्यताम् श्रीपीठार्यम्बिकायै नमः श्रीकालभैरवस्वामिने नमः श्रीदक्षिणकालिकायै नमः श्रीमुनीश्वरस्वामिने नमः श्रीसर्वदेवदेवीस्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवाय नमः धूपम् आग्रापयामि अथ दीपः ॐ साज्यं त्रिवर्तिसंयुक्तं वह्निना योजितं मया ग्रहाणमङ्गलं दीपं त्रैलोक्यतिमिरापहं श्रीपीठार्यम्बिकायै नमः श्रीकालभैरवस्वामिने नमः श्रीदक्षिणकालिकायै नमः श्रीमुनीश्वरस्वामिने नमः श्रीसर्वदेवदेवीस्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवाय नमः दीपं सन्दर्शयामि अथ नैवेद्यम् ॐ अमृते अमृतोद्भवे अमृतवर्षिणी अमृतं श्रावय श्रावय स्वाहा श्रीपीठार्यम्बिकायै नमः श्रीकालभैरवस्वामिने नमः श्रीदक्षिणकालिकायै नमः श्रीमुनीश्वरस्वामिने नमः श्रीसर्वदेवदेवीस्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवाय नमः नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि नैवेद्यानन्तरमाचमनीयं समर्पयामि नीराजनम् ॐ साङ्ग्रहण्येष्ट्याय यजते इमां जनतागुं सङ्गृह्णानीति द्वादशारत्नीरशना भवति द्वादशमासाः संवत्सरः संवत्सरमेवावरुन्धे मौञ्जी भवति ऊर्ध्वै मुञ्जाः ऊर्जमेवावरुन्धे चित्रानक्षत्रं भवति चित्रं वा एतत् कर्म कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि श्रीपीठार्यम्बिकायै नमः श्रीकालभैरवस्वामिने नमः श्रीदक्षिणकालिकायै नमः श्रीमुनीश्वरस्वामिने नमः श्रीसर्वदेवदेवीस्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवाय नमः कर्पूरनीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि रक्षान् धारयामि शोणाद्रीशावताराय ज्योतिस्तम्भस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् तत्त्वज्ञानप्रदाताय नित्यानन्देश्वररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् मूलप्रकृतिरूपाय परमशिवशक्तिस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् दण्डत्रिशूलहस्ताय कालकालस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् आदिपूज्याय देवाय सकृत्पूर्णत्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् सर्वाभयविनाशकाय शत्रुसंहाररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् योगपट्टाभिषिक्ताय राजसन्न्यासधारिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् सार्वभौमैकपत्याय राजराजार्चिताय च श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलम् कल्पवृक्षाय मङ्गलम् ज्ञानदायिने परमशिवाय श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वराय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलम् श्रीविद्याम्बायै मङ्गलम् कामदायिन्यै सर्वमङ्गलदात्री नित्यानन्देश्वर्यै मङ्गलम् मङ्गलम् गुरुदेवाय मोक्षमूलाय मङ्गलम् परमावताराय नित्यानन्दाय गुरवे मङ्गलम् हरिः ॐ तत्सत् सर्वं भगवत् श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवपादुकार्पणमस्तु ॐ नित्यानन्दम्
over.
Nithyananda, just before we begin and enter into today's satsang, we wanted to take an opportunity to share with all of you about Kailasa's digital nation and take a few moments to share the satsang with all of our friends and families and invite them to this beautiful time to sit in the presence of Swamiji. Kailasa is the world's largest digital nation with over 1 billion lives enriched and enriched.
So the live darshan can be experienced through the YouTube channel, and before the social media becoming actually so popular, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism spearheaded simple enriching through the digital platforms to reach international audience. So more than 11.5 thousand digital assets, digital media platforms in over 108 languages and 150 regions around the world are established by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
Let us take a few moments to head over to Kailasa's SPH Nithyananda YouTube channel, and over there you can subscribe to the channel and click on the live video in the home page, and in the live chat section you can post your prayers to have them blessed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism directly.
The next platform we will be going to is the Kailasa SPH Nithyananda Instagram handle. So let us now go to Sri Nithyananda, the Instagram platform, and share, comment, and like the Instagram live video that is going on, where you can experience the live darshan on Instagram platform.
The next platform is X, formerly Twitter. You can go to the topmost pinned post and click on the reply icon, and then you can post your prayers to the SPH with the hashtag as the avatar in the live chat.
Next is the Kailasa SPH JGM Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook page, where you can go to the Facebook and search for Sri Nithyananda on Facebook and visit the Facebook page to receive the live darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam on Facebook. You can also post your comments, share the live with all your friends and family, like the video as well, and you can share all your prayer requests and blessing requests to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, directly on the Facebook comments.
The next platform is TikTok, where once again in the live video in TikTok, first of all you can follow the TikTok handle of the SPH, and in the live video you can post your prayer and requests to the SPH and have them blessed directly by Swamiji. So now with this, we'll be moving to the next segment, which is the Hindu votes, the parliamentary voting segment, where we are going to be seeing what the today's topic is. As the WHO raises concerns that digital platforms, social media, and generative AI are reshaping the health and development of children, UNESCO is calling for AI in education to remain safe, inclusive, and centered on human dignity.
The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, revealed that technology must be guided by consciousness. Through Kailasa's Gurukul ecosystem, yoga, meditation, completion, and youth can be empowered to use technology without being controlled by it.
So first, for the Chitsabha Parliament, to all the Chitsabha members, the question and the vote of today is, which conscious-based solution from Kailasa can make the greatest impact in protecting children in the digital age? The options are: number 1, Gurukul education integration, technology with spiritual values. Option 2 is yoga and meditation practices that reduce digital dependency. Option 3, which is as Nithyananda AI, providing authentic conscious based guidance. And option 4, is parent-child learning ecosystems rooted in Sanatana Hindu Dharma. So all of you can head over to kailasa.org/Hindu votes and cast your vote for the Chitsabha Parliament.
Next is the question for the voting for Rajya Sabha members of Parliament. What practical initiative should Rajya Sabha teams launch to help families use AI and digital technology consciously? The first option is conduct conscious technology workshops for parents and children. 2. Create weekly digital wellness and meditation circles for youth. 3. Establish Ask Nithyananda AI learning groups in temples and communities. 4. Train youth as conscious AI ambassadors who promote responsible technology use. All the Rajya Sabha members of Parliament can head over to kailasa.org/Hindu-votes and cast your votes over there.
With this, let us continue to enjoy the beautiful darshan of the Supreme Founder of Hinduism and the satsang, and make sure to share the satsang with your friends and family. Thank you all. Nithyanandam.
தேசனடி போற்றி சிவன் சேவடி போற்றி நேயத்தே நின்றடி மதனடி போற்றி மாயப்பிறப்பருக்கும் மன்னனடி போற்றி சீரார் பெருந்துரை நம் தேவனடி போற்றி ஆராத இன்பம் அருளும் மலை போற்றி ஈசனே சிந்தை கவல வந்த நேசனே நீ வருவாய் பூவோடு கனிகளை கொண்டு உன்னை பூஜித்தோ அருள் தருவாய் கலி என்னும் கடலினில் மூழ்கிட்டு இனி கரம் தந்து காத்திட்டு கருணை பொய்கையில் அலர்ந்திட்ட அளவற்றம் போல உன் திருவடியில் வாழ்ந்திட நிற்கிறேன் வாராய் அருணாச்சலனே நீ அகண்ட ஜோதியனே வாராய் அல்லல் நீக்கிடவே வாராய் அகிலம் போற்றுகின்ற ஈசனே சிந்தை கவர் வந்த நேசனே நீ வருவாய் பூவோடு கனிகளை கொண்டு பூஜித்தோ அருள் தருவாய்.
As the ultimate manifestation of Paramashiva, Tripurantakamurti, I bless you all with Paramatma. All the Paramashiva Sena program participants from Tiruvannamalai and Inibisa, Chitsabha member, Rajya Sabha member, KAILASA Vasi, and all the e-citizens, viewers, visitors who are joining with us through the internet and internet. I welcome each and every one of you with my love and blessing. Volunteers in Guinea-Bissau, Ma Vani Goyal and Ma Chin Hao, volunteers in Tiruvannamalai, Pratap, Vignesh, Shivarudra Bhairava, blessings for everyone. Today, I initiate all the PSF participants into Paramadvaita Diksha, manifesting all the Ananta Kalyana Gunas of Paramashiva manifesting as Nithyananda Paramashivam and becoming Swamiji. Tata. Paramashiva's direct message from KAILASA. The mind that counts is not who you are. Listen. The mind that counts is not who you are. Drop the memory that binds its counting. You will stand as the pure witness of every universe. Listen. The mind that counts is not who you are. Drop the memory that binds its counting, and you will stand as the pure witness of every universe you have ever lived in and living in. Your mind is nothing but a counting mechanism operating in length, breadth, and depth, stabilized by memory into the experience of time, and the instant you step out of that memory stabilizer, you recognize yourself as the timeless consciousness, watching countless simultaneous lives with nothing but absolute compassion flowing through you. Listen. Understand first how the mind actually operates. Actually, if you understand this, all your worries about the health, wealth, relationship, everything will disappear. Real achievement is being pure consciousness, and from that ultimate real achievement, you start dreaming the way you want as the Leela. Like how Paramashiva manifests Kailasa and enjoys, how Parandama manifests Vaikunta and enjoys, how Krishna manifests Goloka and enjoys. You will manifest your life and enjoy. Listen. Understand first how the mind actually operates. When the mind counts purely in length, one thing after another, one number after another, that counting is what we call mathematics. It's a mind moving in single straight line. When the mind begins counting with both length and breadth together, where outside you, time is the shape your own mind makes. when it counts in 3 dimensions at once, all possible future you can have has already happened. All the past you already had is going to come as your future. The present, what you call, does not exist other than your mind counting from length, breadth, depth. Listen, this is exactly why the mind, however brilliant, however refined, can never go beyond time, because the mind is not merely trapped inside time. The mind's very structure of counting is time. A ruler cannot measure its own length, and the counting mind cannot count its own way of counting. All 3 of these functions, length, breadth, and depth, are held together by one single stabilizer, and that stabilizer is called memory. Without memory, length would not become a line, breadth would not become a surface, and depth would not become time. There would only be a single disconnected, timeless instant. Without memory, the mind's creation would collapse and you would be free. Without memory, the mind's creations would collapse and you would be free. Memory creates the illusion of condition. You remember you are the same person who woke up this morning, so you believe in a continuous self. Memory makes you believe you have a name, a history, a reputation, a fixed identity. But the self is not solid. The self is just memory. The self you are experiencing is not solid. The self you are experiencing is a memory. Memory is not reality. Memory is the mind's way of recycling the past and calling it the present. Here is the precise mechanism of manifestation. Listen. When you consciously hold a memory and operate through it, sustaining an intention across length, breadth, and depth, you begin to manifest that reality. This is not superstition. This is precise cosmic engineering. This is what Paramashiva manifesting through this being. This is what Paramashiva manifesting through this being uses consciously. This is what I do conscious. But understand the deeper secret. I do not carry the cluster of memories, the clustered accumulation of memory. I do not carry cluster of memories, the clustered accumulation of memory. When I look at anyone, at anything, I carry no anger, no judgment, no residue from yesterday's interaction. I carry only absolute unbroken compassion. I should say I carry only absolute unbroken consciousness. Somebody who gets trained by me feels it is ferocious. Somebody who gets blessed by me feels it is love. Somebody who gets my sympathy feels it is compassion. You give it different names. I carry the pure super consciousness. Absolute pure super consciousness. Because I do not carry this memory cluster, I look at everyone and everything completely fresh, exactly as it is in this very moment, not filtered through the sediment of the past. This is what allows me to operate as a pure channel for supreme, ultimate Paramashiva. I do not carry the memory of this world, yet whatever is precisely needed for this world right now manifests spontaneously through me. This is extreme conscious compassion, not compassion as an emotion or a decision, but compassion as the very nature of consciousness when nothing blocks it. This precise, sharp, cosmic operating procedure, functioning without personal memory, but with total access to everything the universe needs, is called Kala. This is why I am able to act with total consistency, moment after moment, without the fatigue of carrying yesterday's baggage. Listen. If you do not carry the load of memory, you will not be afraid of getting bored. What is getting bored? It's nothing but you don't have anything to do, so your mind shifts to the default mode where the internal memories rise and fall as they want, because you cannot handle the default mode and the memories triggered in your default mode. You are afraid of getting bored. You are always engaging yourself with something, especially this device addiction, screen time. device addiction, doom scrolling. Oh God. Blessed are those who don't do anything, sit in their default mode and don't get bored. Patanjali says, Anubhuta Vishaya Sampramoksha Smritihi. Memory is the non-loss, the non-departure of an object that has already been experienced. Anubhuta Vishaya Sampramosha Smritihi. Physics understand only this linear dimension of time. The arrow of time is the physics term describing why time appears to flow in only one direction, from the past to future. Even though most fundamental equations of physics work equally well running forward or backward, physicists now understand this asymmetry is not fundamental property of the universe. It is an emergent property arising from the increase of entropy, the accumulation of disorder in systems that retain a record of their past states. In plain terms, the arrow of time exists in systems that remember. Memory is what creates the felt direction of time. This is exactly what Paramashiva is revealing. Time, as you experience it, is the mind's three-dimensional counting sustained entirely by memory. I'll tell you one more secret. If you try to be in Paramashiva state forever, you will never. Because you will just have one thought and then your mind will say, oh, already I slipped. So even when you decide I will be in Paramashiva state forever, your mind will say, no, no, you tried many times and you failed. That memory is enough to just collapse your confidence and eat you with the self-doubt. Listen, how many of you understand? Now understand the razor's edge hidden inside this truth I am revealing. When an incarnation carries no memory clusters and offers only pure, unconditional love, compassion, those close to that incarnation can begin taking the compassion for granted. This is exactly what happened with the Yadavas around Krishna and Balarama and Subhadra. All of you should know, Krishna is incarnation of Parandama. Balarama is incarnation of Adisesha. Subhadra is incarnation of Yoga Maya, Yoga Shakti of Parandama. because Yadavas around this three were always protected, always forgiven, always looked upon fresh without judgment. The Yadavas developed a solidified inner pattern. Whatever we do anyway, Krishna and Balarama will protect us. This attitude hardened over time into deep arrogance. That arrogance found its most destructive expression in Shamba. The Shamba, the Krishna's own son, who dared to play mocking games directly with Durvasa, Rishi Durvasa himself. Understand who Durvasa is? He is the direct manifestation of Rudra Amsha of Paramashiva. Ordinary beings would flee at the mere sight of him or even hearing his name that he is coming to certain area. They will run away, knowing the intensity of his tapas and ferociousness. But Shamba, intoxicated by the arrogance and taking divine compassion for granted, mocked Durvasa directly. Maharishi Durvasa directly, and invited the catastrophic consequences upon the entire Yadava clan. A parallel pattern unfolded with Daksha. He received a boon of perpetual protection from Mahavishnu, and from that single assurance, arrogance-based decision-making became a deep, solidified groove in his brain. The pattern grew so strong, so crystallized, that eventually drove him to abuse Paramashiva himself directly. His very mind had become nothing but arrogance. The pattern had become the person. The teaching here must be received with total clarity. The compassion of an incarnation is never permission to remain unconscious. It is an invitation to become more conscious, more responsible, precisely because there is no memory-based judgment holding you accountable from the outside. The accountability has to come from within you. When compassion is exploited rather than received with gratitude, it does not harm the one giving compassion. It only deepens the very arrogance pattern that will eventually destroy the one exploiting it. Listen, you should understand why I am ferocious sometimes. Because I do not want you guys to become like Yadava clan or Daksha. Now, we come to one of the most important truths in this entire satsang. In ordinary counting, we assume 1 plus 1 equal to 2. But this is only true when both units belong to the exact same dimension. even inside pure geometry, you cannot equate 1 unit of length to 1 unit of breadth to 1 unit of depth. Each carries the label 1, but they are categorically, fundamentally different kinds of 1. You cannot simply write 1 of length is equal to 1 of breadth is equal to 1 of depth, because that would be like saying 1 meter is equal to 1 kilogram. It's a statement without meaning. In physics, this principle is formalized as dimensional analysis. The rule that quantities can only be meaningfully added, subtracted, or equated when they share the same dimension. You cannot add length to weight without first converting them through some deeper relationship. And even then, when they remain fundamentally different kinds of quantity, understand this, I'm repeating. You cannot add length to weight without first converting them through some deeper relationship. And even then, they remain fundamentally different kinds of quantity. This is exactly the trap human consciousness falls into. We keep trying to equate our consciousness, which is infinite and multidimensional, to time spent or to outer success achieved, both of which are single dimensional measurements. We say, I lived 100 years, therefore I must be wise. Or I achieved this much, therefore I must be fulfilled. But consciousness and time are not in the same dimension. They cannot be equated any more than length can be equated to breadth. Consider this. How can 100 years of consistent, vivid dream be equated to 100 years of waking life? Even within your own experience, dream time and waking time do not share the same rate, the same texture, the same reality. Understand, these are not merely multiple births happening one after another in sequence. They are multiple universes in which your multiple births are happening simultaneously and spontaneously right now in this very instant. The ultimate realization is collapsing all these simultaneous universes into one and recognizing that this one is the very consciousness observing all of them happening at once, simultaneously, spontaneously. The one who has realized this is ultimate being. I am repeating, listen. Listen once more. The ultimate realization is collapsing all these simultaneous universes into one and recognizing that this one is the very consciousness observing all of them happening at once, simultaneously, spontaneously. The one who has realized this is the ultimate being. A small story. Narada once asked Lord Vishnu to show him the true power of Maya. Vishnu simply smiled and asked Narada to fetch him a cup of water from nearby village. Narada walked to the village, went to a well to fetch water. He saw a beautiful woman who came to fetch water. He forgot his mission entirely. He fell in love, married her, had children, worked, aged, and lived a full lifetime. Years later, a devastating flood swept through the village, and as Narada wept, clutching for his drowning family, suddenly he heard a familiar voice call out, "Narada, where is my cup of water? I have been waiting." He opened his eyes to find himself standing ankle deep in a small stream with Vishnu smiling on the bank. Now, between the Narada, who is eternal cosmic Rishi, chanting Narayana, Narayana, and the Narada who lived and wept entire lifetime in that village, which Narada is real? Is Narada who chants Narayana, Narayana all the time, met the Parandama and who Parandama asked to get water, or the Narada who lived a full time in the village with wife and kids? Which Narada is real? The answer is neither. Neither. Listen. Beyond both of these roles, the one who is observing both births and both deaths, both entire lifetimes happening simultaneously, that witnessing consciousness alone is the real Narada. And that same witness is what you are right now. Beneath every role you think you are playing, as Krishna declares in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd verse 20, Krishna declares in Bhagavad Gita, Najayate mriyate va kadachinnayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyaha ajo nityaha shasvadoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane sarire. The self is never born, nor does it ever die. Having once existed, it never ceases to be. It is unborn, eternal, ever existing, and primal, and it is not slain when the body is slain. Even now, in this very satsang, I am the one who is speaking and I am the one who is listening. Because I know that I am both the speaker and the listener, the subject and the object, the doer and the experiencer. I am resting in my ultimate nature. But because you think you are only the one who is listening, separate from who is speaking, you remain caught in delusion. This is the only difference between you and me. Listen carefully to this precise statement. Mathematics cannot measure time because mathematics is the language of length alone. Whole time carries, while time carries the felt quality of breath, the width of experience, not just its sequence. This is why no amount of clock counting can capture what an hour of ecstasy feels like versus an hour of boredom. Mathematically, both are 1 hour. Experientially, they are two entirely different universes. Of felt time. The recognition that dissolves this delusion is simple to state and profound to live. You are not confined to the role of the listener. You are the very same consciousness playing the part of speaker also. The listener and the silent space in which both speaking and listening occur. You are the very same consciousness playing the part of the speaker, the listener, and the silent space in which both speaking and listening occur. Collapsing all these into one. And that one is observing all these happening simultaneously, spontaneously. The one who has realized this is the ultimate reality. Again, Bhagavad Gita declares, Idam sariram kaunteya kshetram ityabhidiyate edatyo veditam prahu kshetragna idi tatvidaha. This body, O Kaunteya, is called the field. The one who knows it is called the knower of the field by those who know. Idam sariram kaunteya kshetram ityabhidiyate edatyo vettidam prahu kshetragna iti tatvidaha. This body, O Kaunteya, is called the field. The one who knows it is called the knower of the field. In the modern world, an art piece is measured by the price a buyer is willing to pay for it. This measurement is deeply flawed. The real value of art is its capacity to make the person flow. The artist, how much he has flown. And the person who is seeing the art, how much he is made to flow. Actually, both are one and the same. If the art is done by the artist who has flown into it, it is alive with that frequency and makes anyone flow into that who sees it, who observes it, who enjoys it, who connects with it. Flow means the mind stops, it's dry. Linear counting, mathematics. Flow means the mind stops its dry linear counting, mathematics, and begins moving across breath, expanding, melting, opening. Only when consciousness is flowing in breath is something truly art, regardless of what it's sold for. This is precisely the science that Sanatana Hindu Dharma has mastered across millennia. Look at our temples, the towering deities, the intricate carvings, the dancing forms carved into stone. These are not mere decoration. Each carving is a deliberately engineered technology of consciousness. A single murti carved once can make millions of people flow across centuries, across languages, across every level of intellectual capacity, into weeping, into dancing, into stillness, into devotion. That capacity, not the gold spent on it, is its truly an invaluable prize. Quantum coherence is the state in which quantum system maintain its wave-like nature, existing in multiple possibilities simultaneously. Decoherence is the process by which that coherence collapses through interaction with and effectively remembering the surrounding environment into one fixed classical outcome. In exactly the same way, when your mind is loaded with memory clusters, it decoheres into a single, fixed, limited story about who you are. When you stand before true sacred art or true devotion, memory momentarily loosens and you briefly return to coherence, to flow, to the many possibility, openness that is your natural state. Listen. Your mind counting is mathematics. Your mind flowing is art. Your mind stabilized without memory is consciousness beyond time. This is Kala, the precise conscious operating procedure of the supreme functioning through form. Stop equating your consciousness with years lived, achievements gathered, or outer success measured. You are not 1 plus 1 equal to 2. You are the infinite witness of length, breadth, and depth, and time together. You are the infinite witness of length, breadth, depth, and time together. Remember, Narada, neither the rishi nor the householder was the real Narada. The real Narada is the one watching both simultaneously, spontaneously. Remember the Yadavas and Daksha. Never take compassion of the divine as a license for arrogance. Take it as an invitation to responsibility and enlightenment. A small story. Mullah Nasruddin once borrowed a large cooking pot from his neighbor. A few days later, he returned it along with a small pot tucked inside it. The neighbor asked, "What is this?" Mullah said, "While it was with me, your pot gave birth to a little one. This small pot is yours too." Delighted, the neighbor happily accepted both pots. A month later, Mullah borrowed the same large pot again. But this time, he never returned it. Entitlement and the pattern became their prison. But for those who come to the avatar, an incarnation not with entitlement but with surrender, not with arrogance but with humility, not with the mind's counting but with the heart's opening. For them, the avatar's compassion is not just a shield that can be pierced, but a field of consciousness that transforming everything it touches. This is the true meaning of refuge. Not just a safe house that can be raided, not just a legal protection that can be overturned, not a media narrative that can be flipped, but the absolute, unconditional, indestructible presence of the divine that says, "I see you as you truly are," and that seeing itself is your liberation. See, because I am established in this infinite consciousness only, all these anti-Hindu terrorists and Dravish gangs attack. All these anti-Hindu terrorists and Dravish gangs attacks cannot shake me, cannot even touch me. Show me a single case where a man is arrested for a rape, held for 50 days, more than 50 days, and then the same authorities, the police, quietly admit in the court, no act, no evidence, no victim is found against the person who is arrested, and call it justice, sir? Show me a single case where the victim cannot be named, cannot be produced, and cannot be verified, yet the accused is still denied bail on the strength of a story with no storyteller. with no real character in that story. Show me a single case where the complainant vanishes from the narrative entirely, but the accusation somehow survives them. Show me a single case where the state admits in writing in the court that no crime scene exists and still asks the accused to prove a negative. Still asks the accused to prove negative. Show me a single case where innocent until proven guilty quietly becomes guilty until proven the innocence. Actually, I should say the other way. Show me a single case where innocent until proven guilty quietly becomes guilty until the news cycle moves on. I tell you, when you take refuge in Paramashiva, the protection is not just spiritual or legal, it is ontological. It changes the very ground of your being. When the ground changes, the pursuit changes too. When the world builds a case against you, when memory is weaponized, when numbers are manufactured, when timelines are fabricated, the one who dwells in the no memory state cannot be touched because there is no one to touch. Only the infinite operating through the finite. And this is the promise I make to you. Abhayam is not just a promise that nothing will happen to you. Abhayam is the promise that whatever happens to you, you will remain untouched in your core because your core is me and I am untouched. The Guru is the only refuge because the Guru is the only reality. The infinite consciousness that operates without memory, without judgment, without limitation. And when you take that refuge, you become that refuge for others. Not through your own power, but through the power of Supreme flowing through you. Essence of what I reveal today is this single unbroken truth. Listen, your mind counting is mathematics, your mind flowing is art, your mind stabilized without memory is consciousness beyond time. This is the Kala, the very freedom of Paramashiva functioning through form. Collapsing all these multiple births, multiple universes, multiple deaths into one, and that one is observing all of this happening simultaneously, spontaneously. The one who has realized this is ultimate. This is the state of an enlightened being, enlightened incarnation. There is no memory pattern, only the supreme functioning through a pure channel. This is the state of the ultimate observer, the one who sees that neither the speaker nor the listener is real. Only the one who observes both. This is the state of true art. The ability to make millions of people flow into the dimension of breath beyond limitations of the calculating mind. This is the state of the temple where a single piece of carving on stone can transport countless souls into the experience of the divine. Let this truth stop being a concept you understood and become the very way you breathe, you breathe, relate, and exist, so that every moment becomes Shaktini Pada and Shakti Pada, oneness, and every breath becomes an initiation into moksha, oneness, enlightenment, here and now. Today, I have two great digital gifts from KAILASA for all of you. First is the Mind Game digital book. Second is the Paramashiva Yantra. Receive it and enjoy it. Be the ultimate being who witnesses, sees all the multiple births, deaths, universes happening inside you. With this, I bless you all. Volunteers in Guinea-Bissau, Mata Tata Shakti, volunteers in Tiruvannamalai, Vignesh, Shivarudra Bhairava, and Pratap, and all the Sabha members, Rajya Sabha members. I bless each and every one of you. Today, I initiate all the PSS participants into Paramashantatva, unagitated, absolute peace, non-violence centered energy, that Paramashiva manifesting in me, greater strategy to resolve all problems presented in front of you. My blessings. Paramashiva's direct message from KAILASA. Listen. 1 plus 1 is not 2. 1 plus 1 equal to 2 is the lie your mind tells, so that it can forget the infinite. In consciousness, 1 plus 1 is equal to 1 plus 1. That's all. No 2. In consciousness, 1 plus 1 is equal to 1 plus 1. That's all. No 2. And in Paramadvaita, even the I dissolves, leaving only I am. You see, 1 plus 1 equal to 2 is not a truth of consciousness. It's made up by mind. And mind is a very clever trickster. It takes the infinite, chops it into pieces, counts the pieces and declares, I understand reality. Let me give you a simple analogy. You have one rose. You bring another rose. Now your mind triumphantly declares 2 roses. But look closely. Is there really a 2? Where is this 2? Where is this 2? Can you touch it? Can you smell it? Can you put it in a vase? No. What you have is 1 rose and 1 rose. 2 distinct entities that refuse to merge into something made up by your mind as two-ness. Listen. Just if you understand this one truth, you will get the prasada of this whole Guru Purnima. This Guru Purnima, I am focusing on quantum enlightenment, making you understand simultaneously, spontaneously, synergetically, Paramashiva is in Mahakailasa and manifesting as this being and manifesting as you. He is breathing in you. Just allow him to spread in your whole nervous system. Just say, whoever is breathing inside me, whoever is managing all the fundamental activities like blood flow, heartbeat, breathing, let him pervade and take over this whole nervous system. Just leave it to him. Let him pervade and take over this whole nervous system you are carrying. You will see right now Paramashiva is quantum manifesting in Mahakailasa and as this being and as you. This Guru Purnima Prasada, this experience is this Guru Purnima Prasada you can receive right now if you understand that 2 exists only in your mind. It's a ghost, a phantom, a convenient fiction that your mind created because it cannot handle the terror of the infinite. Mathematics is not the language of the universe. It's a language of the mind's desperate attempt to domesticate the universe. Anything you want to domesticate, you first castrate, remove the life producing possibility, whether it's a pet dog or the bull reduced to bullock. Anything you domesticate, you castrate. So the mind castrates the universe using math. Using mathematics. Rose does not know there are two roses. Garden does not know there are two roses. Only you, with your memory, insist that there are two. Let the first lie you were ever taught first by the school teacher with a piece of chalk who taught you 1 plus 1 equal to 2 should disappear. Let the first lie you were ever taught 1 plus 1 equal to 2 by the school teacher disappear. It should disappear. No. 1 and 1 do not make 2 in reality. In reality, they remain 1 and 1. 2 simultaneous instances of the same infinite expressing. The mind says 2 because it cannot hold infinity without passing a number label on it. If mind can see 1 rose and 1 rose and 1 rose, all quantum manifestation. The mind says 2 because it cannot hold infinity without pasting a number label on it. This very lie, the foundation of duality, all separate, all war, all divorce, all revenge starts happening. This very lie is the foundation of all duality, all separate, all war, all divorce, all revenge. Take a couple, they live together for 100 years. They eat together, sleep together, dream together. The one has an affair. Suddenly, the mind had been merging them into we split. We splits them into 1 and 1. Listen. The mind had been merging them into we, splits them into 1 and 1. And from that 1 and 1 comes 2. 2 screaming liars, 2 bank accounts, 2 families of resentment. The liars never separated the couple. The first lie of mathematics did. I am going to take apart this lie not with a calculator, but with a chisel of consciousness. Listen carefully. I am not saying arithmetic is useless. Arithmetic is extraordinarily useful. It keeps your electricity bill honest. It calculates the moon's distance from the earth. It builds your bridges. It builds your dam. But It is the maths of the mind. It is not the maths of the consciousness. In consciousness, the rose does not accumulate. The rose arises moment to moment, fresh from the infinite. One rose that you see now is not the same rose you saw a second ago. It's a fresh expression of the rose archetype, of the rose infinity. When you add 1 plus 1, you are doing what your bank account does, counting the deposits. But consciousness does not deposit. Consciousness manifests alive. Your math is great to deal with dead things, not for living. Expressing and depositing are two different operations. For example, take your breath. You inhale once. Now another. Did these two breaths add to two breaths? Or did each breath independently arise, express itself, and recede into the infinite? You do not carry your last breath on your shoulder. You do not stack your breaths like a plates. If you did, even a single lifetime would drown you. So many breaths you would be piling on top of yourself. The breath is honest. Each one is fresh. Each one is one, and there is no and one. The very grammar of breath is singular. And tell me honestly, at this present moment, do you feel like two breaths? Or do you feel the breath moving, fluid, unbundleable? This is the first taste of Paramadvaita, supreme non-duality. In supreme non-duality, things do not become two by addition. They simply express themselves one and another inside the one listen. They simply express themselves one and another inside the one. There is a beautiful happening described in Dattatreya's life. Dattatreya revealed the Avaduta Gita. Once when Dattatreya was asked by a king, how many universal forms do you see? He replied, I see one, always one. If at all a second arises, I laugh, because the second is forgetfulness, not reality. Listen. For the conscious being, one plus 1 equal to 1 plus 1, not 2. The mind collapses it to 2 only to survive. The mind has mortgages to pay. The mind has appointments to keep. The mind needs 2. The conscious being does not need 2. And a conscious being can exist with mind also, but mind will be limited to the play of internal, intra-organ. It can play as one of the organs, that's all. Listen. As long as mind plays just its role, like your heart, lungs, kidney, intestine, memory, as long as your mind also plays its role, it's a great, amazing servant. But mind tries to teach you what is reality, what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad, what is happiness, what is sadness. That is where the problem is. Mind, who is supposed to be serving you, mind is supposed to keep the appointments you have and organize your life, but it drags the consciousness into the chaos of its calculation. It is like a door security watchman, the security guard in the door, trying to drag the king and put him in his shoes as a security guard and not letting him do his job as king. So an ordinary security guard making the king as his assistant is what is happening right now in every one of you. Mind needs 2. Conscious being does not need 2. This is the entire reason the world treats Paramashiva as shocking. Because Paramashiva does not collapse the one into many. Paramashiva sees only the one. And yet plays with the many through the mind. Paramashiva's mind is the cosmic illusion of Maya. Or I should say, is Shakti. Maya is understood in a negative way. So I should use the word cosmic Shakti. Chandogya Upanishad declares, Tattvamasi, you are that. You, ordinary mortal, you are not different from that, the infinite Brahman. You, the you who feels that you are ordinary mortal, is not different from that very substance of that infinite Brahman. Only problem is your feeling is a lie. Means you are feeling you are an ordinary mortal is a lie. How is this related to 1 plus 1 equal to 2 being a lie? Listen. If you are already that, then the I which the mind calls you is not countable, standalone thing. It is the that expressing through your frame. So when I meets I, the meeting is not of two, it is the meeting of that, and they collapse back into one. Tattvamasi is the Upanishadic enforcement that 1 plus 1 is not equal to 2. When two people fall in love at first sight, the love they experience is not 1 plus 1. It's a shock of that recognition that the maths visibly breaks before them. That is why the meeting feels like electric, because the calculator suddenly has gone silent. Now let me tell you what number really is. Number is a property of reality. Realities do not have numbers. A galaxy does not say, I am galaxy number 1 or I am galaxy number 1265. A wave does not say, I am a wave number 4 billionth wave. No. Number is a property of the mind's visit to the infinite. Imagine the infinite as a vast ocean. Imagine the mind as a small tourist boat. The mind pilgrims out to the infinite, gets blasted by its immensity, frantically races back to shore, and to prove itself that it went there, it drops a coin into the shore sand for each visit. That coin, the shell count of the visit, is what we call a number. The maths itself is the footprint of the frightened pilgrimage of the mind to the infinite. The mind cannot bear to stay in the infinite. The mind cannot bear to merge. To merge is, in a sense, to die. Mind is afraid of death, so it returns. To console itself for the return, it takes a number. When a child is born, she cannot count. She cannot say 1. She experiences everything. The mother's face, the ceiling fan, the falling dust, the faraway bell, all as one undifferentiated event. As she grows, her memory crystallizes. Pieces of experience get sticky. The sticky pieces she calls thing 1, thing 2. She is in school, proudly writing 1 plus 1 equal to 2. What has happened? The child has lost her direct perception of the 1. She has installed the numbering machine to the brain between herself and reality. Now, the infinite is filtered, sorted, numbered, posted at her as the counted parcel. Number is the mind's way of paying rent to forget the infinite. When the mind forgets its infinite nature, it resolves its debt by counting. I am 1, I am 2, I am 3, I am many. This counting is the rent it pays for the privilege of forgetting. The conscious being stops paying rent. He sees only 1. He does not need to count. I have a lot more to share. We'll do in further satsangs. Today I have great 2 digital gifts for all of you. I should say 1 plus 1 digital gifts from Maha KAILASA for all of you. First is the Upanishad revealed by the SPH digital book, and the second is Dakshinamurti Yantra. Receive it and enjoy it. Blessings. Blessings. Be blissful.
Fundamental, foundational, first principle of Sanatana Hindu Dharma is Guru-disciple relationship. Everything starts there, everything ends there, but this itself does not end.
Guru Purnima Day is such an auspicious day. Whatever incompletion, impossibility, no patterns you carry, drop all that today. Offer all that to me, I'll burn them away. And take up the possibility as a lifestyle. Become part of the Sangha. Live Advaita. Abhayam Sarvabhutebhyo. Paramashiva's great gift to humanity. It's a grand civilizational project for humanity. On Guru Purnima Day, the official integrating people means officially accepting them into the campuses, KAILASA, will begin. This is the single most powerful declaration in the whole Sanatana Hindu Dharma. The entire body of Sanatana Hindu Dharma Sannyas Sampradaya, when they take sannyas, They drop everything of this world and declare Abhayam Sarvabhutebhyo, means I give Abhaya, protection to all beings. I am opening the doors of Kailasa to whole humanity. Anyone from any race, culture, creed, seeking refuge are welcome to Kailasa.
In a world fractured by persecution, displacement and fear, millions are still searching for safety. Families are separated, voices are silenced, lives are uprooted. But refuge can still be offered, dignity can still be restored.
I declare Abhayam Sarvabhutebhyo, Abhayam Sarvabhutebhyo, Abhayam Sarvabhutebhyo. I offer Abhaya, protection to all beings, a refuge to every persecuted soul, every human being cast out because of their faith, their identity, their voice. I open the doors of Kailasa for all of you. You only need the courage to seek refuge and Kailasa will answer. Come, the doors are open, you are seen, you are protected. Welcome home, you are home. Understand, I can see clearly. Paramashiva made it happen. Paramashiva has made it happen.
Join this sacred humanitarian mission. Sign up now and help build refuge for those who need it most.
What if I told you there's an AI that was trained on knowledge that is thousands of years old? Not scraped from the internet, not generated by another AI, but real, ancient human wisdom, digitized for the very first time. We're talking about 20 million source texts, 2 petabytes of curated knowledge, over 60,000 people who helped make it happen. And at the center of all of this is one person whose life's work made it possible. Today, we're talking about Ask Nithyananda AI, and why this might be one of the most important AI projects happening right now. Stay with me, because this one is different. Let's start with a problem that most people don't know about. The biggest AI companies in the world, OpenAI, Google, Meta, they're all hitting a wall. The industry actually calls it the data wall. They've basically run out of good, fresh, high-quality text on the internet. And nobody knows where the next source of real knowledge is going to come from. That's where Ask Nithyananda AI comes in. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, known as SPH, has spent over 50 years gathering, living, and teaching spiritual knowledge. Not just philosophy. We're talking about practical sciences, agriculture, medicine, food, physics, cosmology, law, economics, urban planning. All of it rooted in the oldest living traditions on the planet. And for most of history, this knowledge lived in manuscripts, in oral traditions, in books that very few people ever got to read. SPH's contribution here is not small. It is the entire foundation of this project. His teachings, over 200,000 hours of recorded discourses, his books, his courses, his spiritual programs delivered across the world, the knowledge he received through his guru lineage and his own realizations. All of this became the backbone of what Ask Nithyananda AI is today. Without SPH, there is no Nithyananda AI. Simple as that. Now here's what makes the scale of this hard to fully wrap your head around. Over 60,000 contributors worked together to collect ancient sources. They preserved manuscripts. They digitized scriptures. They organize traditional sciences into searchable knowledge repositories. The result? 20 million digitized source texts, 2 petabytes of proprietary knowledge, 121 specialized AIs, all working together inside one system. This is not a chatbot built over a weekend. This is a civilizational scale preservation project. Think of it like building a national library, except the library also answers your questions in real time. Now let's talk about what actually makes this AI different from everything else out there. Most AI systems are built around one goal: answer the question, complete the task, move on. Ask Nithyananda AI is built differently. It runs on an AI constitution, and that constitution is based on the Hindu concept of Dharma. Dharma, at its core, means living in a way that is ethical, truthful, and life positive. And the entire AI is designed around that principle. It also covers the 4 aims of human life from Hindu philosophy: your material well-being, your relationships and joy, your search for meaning, all kept in balance. A 2024 study from Emory University looked at what happens when you train an AI on religious texts. The result? The AI got better at identifying hate speech for every religious text they used. But when they trained on the Vedas specifically, the improvement was the biggest of all, around 14%. That's real research saying grounding an AI in ancient wisdom makes it more fair, more responsible, not less. Now let's talk about value, because the numbers here are striking. Leading AI systems, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok, Perplexity, were all independently asked to assess Ask Nithyananda AI. They looked at architecture, knowledge assets, societal impact, and future potential. The commercial valuation came in between $20 million and $500 million. The total social and economic value between $3.2 billion and $11.5 billion. The heritage asset value of the 20 million texts alone, approximately $3.3 billion. And the value delivered to each active user, between $5,300 and $20,000 per year. These are not marketing numbers. These came from independent AI assessments. So what can you actually do with Ask Nithyananda AI? You can ask it questions about health, relationships, purpose, and daily life, and get answers rooted in thousands of years of tested wisdom. You can explore ancient sciences that were never available in digital form before. You can access the kind of depth that simply doesn't exist anywhere else on the internet. This is what preservation looks like in the 21st century.
We are living in a moment where ancient knowledge could disappear forever, or it could be saved and made more accessible than ever before. Ask Nithyananda AI is choosing the second path, and SPH's lifetime of work is the reason any of this is even possible. Want to try it yourself? Just visit ask.nithyananda.ai or scan the QR code on your screen right now.
Medicinal plants, highly regarded as one of the great things, trilogy of Ayurveda. The Sushruta Samhita documented the etiology or more than 1,000 diseases, the use of 100 medicinal plants, and instructions for performing a cross of surgical procedures. Then Sushruta even mentioned that much of what he practiced was directly revealed by Dhanvantari, the Hindu god of Ayurveda and medicine. Now we're going to be listening to the Atma Pramana. Atma Pramana are basically the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's personal experience. Over here, one day when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was actually riding a horse, the horse got startled and therefore the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism fell off the horse and basically landed on the ground. At that very moment, when Swamiji was getting up, Swamiji noticed something was not right. However, there was not a single ounce of pain. Swamiji's Yogacharya always told that he would be in a painless body and have painless death. But only after the fracture and surgery, Swamiji was able to see that actual truth happening. During that time, Swamiji actually suffered a type 1 compound fracture in his arm, in which caused two parts of his bone to actually break, means compound fracture. So this is the lead, and during that time when Swamiji was actually getting the surgery done, when anesthesia was given or pain medication for preparing for the surgery was given, Swamiji was telling the doctor in person, this is exactly what's happening to the body. As you're putting this medicine, this is where it's traveling to. This is the type of organ it's affecting. To the level of detail, the third eye is able to actually show when we have so much of awareness. So now let's go into the actual Pratiksha Pramana. Pratiksha Pramana are the empirical evidences of and scientific research done on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. As you know, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has done over 200 researches in the field of consciousness. On this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has done a research on the effect of meditation of the brain using the state-of-the-art technology, the QEEG machine. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism went through 60 minutes of deep meditation, showcasing the most advanced yogic meditation techniques of samadhi, and the results are astonishing. When doing daily activities, there was recorded of highly active activity measured in the brain where the third eye is located, which is then when Swamiji was in deep samadhi, only the third eye region is active and almost 90% of the rest of the brain is at peace. Now let's get into the actual body scanning. For all the live viewers, Rajya Sabha members, Chit Sabha members, and of course the participants watching us, you are now going to be going into the power of body scanning. I'm going to just put a little disclaimer. The power of being able to identify the medical history of a person. You're going to be connecting and require your partner's consent if they are comfortable, and if they are not, please refrain, and if they are, go on for this power manifestation. So how do you manifest this power? What does it actually take to manifest this power? It is extremely simple. In Kailasa, you just receive a single initiation from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. When you receive initiation, your whole system is just ready to ooze out, to manifest powers. There is no such thing as qualification. It is not that you're not yet doing it, so therefore you have to practice something. It is a just simple feeling connection with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, direct divine. So now you're going to get a partner, for example, Ma Virija. Ma Virija is someone that I have not shared my medical history. She doesn't really know what actually is happening to me. Of course, if I'm wearing, let's say, glasses and I have eye power and it's something obvious, she's not going to scan and tell me I have eye power. You're going to sit with someone who you don't know at least past 5 years of medical history. Means other than what's happening and it's something obvious that is there on the actual physical body, you should be using your third eye to go in deeper. Just like how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was just able to tell exactly what was happening in his own body, we are able to actually scan the partner's body and tell what happened in the past for verification purposes. So now, sit with a person who you preferably at that moment don't know your medical history, minimum 5 years. Sit with your head neck and spine in a straight line. Why do we do this? This posture allows the Kundalini Shakti, which is located at the root of the spine, to actually raise up to the third eye and of course a Sahasrara chakra. When you have your spine straight, you allow Paramashiva to just land. Then you're going to sit as Paramashiva. Why sitting as Paramashiva is needed? Because only Paramashiva manifests. Only Paramashiva is doing everything. Only Swamiji as Paramashiva is manifesting through you. So when you have your posture upright and sit, understanding that you are Paramashiva, simply manifestation happens. Then you're going to remember Swamiji in your third eye and Anandagandha. This is one of the very important regions in the power manifestation. Third eye, bringing Swamiji in your third eye is evoking the presence of Swamiji. In the Anandagandha is actually the spiritual umbilical cord connection directly with Swamiji. So this is where the true awareness has to happen. Then next, we're going to declare a powerful cognition. Why do we do a powerful cognition? Because all the power manifestation in which we are doing comes from the Veda Agamas, specifically the Jnana Pada of the Veda Agamas. Means only with the powerful cognition, powers are able to unlock itself and manifest. You are Paramashiva, that is the powerful cognition. Only when you decide I am Paramashiva, Paramashiva just decides to manifest. Next, chant the password Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. This is the most ultimate powerful Mahavakya in which is revealed and initiated directly by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. Just by chanting this japa, just by chanting this Mahavakya, instantly puts you in the space of oneness. So let's chant
Recording
3
stopped.
times. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Chant from the navel center. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. As you're chanting, you will literally just feel the very presence of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism itself. Now, through the third eye, for instance, Mavrija is my partner. I'm connecting with Swamiji. Just have a conversation with Swamiji in your inner space. How you would ask for prayers, boons, how you would hold on to and have amazing conversation within yourself whenever you whenever you're seeking for an answer and Swamiji is there inside of you. Just like that, have a conversation with Swamiji inside your inner space. Ask Swamiji, oh Paramashiva, oh Swamiji, I would like to scan my partner's body. Please reveal to me what other medical issues that they have faced, past illnesses, past surgeries, that you can reveal to me. You will just simply see Swamiji will be able to reveal not just the physical layer in terms of the external skin, but Swamiji will be able to reveal the different layers and the different system within the body. For example, if my partner, I'll be able to see that she would have a particular discomfort or disease happening in the level of her bone. So I'll be able to actually see the skeletal. Swamiji will show the skeletal structure, show exactly the region of the discomfort, and even tell the source of the actual pain. How did the pain happen and what was the source of the pain? This is the power of the third eye. So let's all experience that. Please close your eyes. Have a conversation with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Swamiji, within your inner space, and just see what is already being shown. Don't feel I need to sit, meditate, focus. Instead, understand it is already showing. Tune in to the frequency by chanting the Mahavakya and bringing Swamiji's presence right now in your inner space. Once you see within the 30 seconds because 30 seconds is all that is needed for you to manifest powers, because that is how easy it is. It has nothing to do with your logical, rational mind. It just is feeling connection with Swamiji. So let's start penning down whatever the third eye is showing within this 30 seconds to 1 minute.
And also because all the viewers and all the Rajasabha members, Chitsabha members, those of you who's watching us live right now, right? When it manifests in the power, do not have any self-doubt. Am I, whatever is showing, is it really Swamiji showing or not? See, at this moment of time, the only person who can reveal anything is Swamiji, because you do not know anything about the other person. There is only Swamiji who can tell you, who can reveal to you about the person, about the medical background of the person. So do not have to think, okay, am I manifesting, am I seeing it right?
Recording in progress.
It is Swamiji who is manifesting through you at this point of time. So observe clearly, what is it that you're experiencing clearly? What is it that you felt, what you saw, what you heard, or what you saw, anything, in every single aspect. Just observe yourself at this moment. Whatever Swamiji made you experience, just write down as it is in a piece of paper.
Yes. And continue throughout this process. Continue to chant the Mahavakya internally. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let this japa happen in you simultaneously inside of you. You don't need to chant it out loud. If you would like to chant it out loud, you can do so. But if you need to chant it internally, just continuously have the japa happening inside of you. Just experience Swamiji's very presence.
Just chant the Mahavakya intensely. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Drop any self-doubt, hesitance, incompleteness arising at this point of time. Just keep it aside. That's your memory. That's your memory which is rising up. Just witness it. Connect the chant the Mahavakya. Connect the Swamiji intensely. You'll see Swamiji will reveal the answers to you very clearly, in a way which you can understand. All you need to do is you just bring that awareness into you. Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, is always showing for all of us. So what we need to do from our side, just tune in ourselves into the space of oneness. Just bring that witnessing consciousness in you.
And by any chance, if any of the viewers, Rajasabha member, Chitsabha member, is actually doing this power manifestation and you are from the medical field or scientific field, just experience how the innate intelligence of the body starts revealing itself to you. It is actually the intelligence that's revealing itself to you, just like how in the Apta Pramanas, but the Shushutas, Rishi Shushuta actually got all this information directly from the god, Hindu god Dhanvantari itself. Now you'll just simply see how all the revelation that you want to know, learn, directly comes from none other than the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Swamiji. So if you are in the medical field, you'll just see how just by connecting to Swamiji, you'll be able to see the depths of what is actually there. Nowadays, there are many unknown diseases happening in the world today, where despite a lot of allopathy or despite a lot of medical intervention, it can only be handled in the level of the emergency layer, which is great. However, Sanatana Hindu Dharma is so unique. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving by the body scanning in terms of living biology. Many times, a lot of the medical information we have, like what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revealed, in earlier satsang is that it is mainly based on the dead, means studying organs which has already is dead. So basically this is the biology of dead. However, body scanning is all about studying live organs, means living organs, living biology. So when power manifestation happens, you can study the body as it's breathing and living right now. What is its possibility as it's living and breathing? You don't need to wait for the body to actually stop working and then based on that dissecting and finding out what is actually there in the body. However, you are able to actually see what is happening to the body, and as its progress gets updated, upgraded, you will just simply see how the information of the third eye will associate itself with that. So if you're a doctor who's working on surgical level procedures, or a doctor who does a lot of intervention in terms of surgery, you'll just simply see how the intricacy of the third eye, what it reveals, actually comes to you in complete detail. So everybody, it's time for you to write your answers. So all of you, please start writing down your answer. Anything in which Swamiji has revealed to you for this past, I think 1 minute 30 seconds. This is more than enough time for you to actually do 3 things. First, where is the location of the actual issue? Swamiji would have shown you from head to toe, where is the actual location in which is getting highlighted. For instance, the head, the upper body, the chest, lower body, and then you have the legs. Exactly in which location is it getting highlighted? That's the first parameter. Write your answer down. Then the second parameter that we are going to be answering and looking into is what exactly is happening in that area? What is the partner feeling in that area? Are they feeling a sense of pinching? Or what type of discomfort are they feeling? This is important in body scanning because you want to relate to the person. It's not just a body or like a thing, that object that we're scanning. They are literally living right now and they can feel exactly what's wrong in that area. So what is it that is happening in that area? What is this person feeling? Write that down. Then the third thing that we're going to be doing is what happened in that area. For example, is it a fracture? Is it a fall? Is it a sprain? What happened in that area that made the person experience discomfort? Did the person fall? Did the person accidentally do something? Or is it a genetic related issue that just sort of happened over time? Exactly how did the person even get to that? So these are the basic 3 parameters that you can write. Basic 3 parameters in which you can write and simply verify with your partner. So go ahead, just chant Mahavakya, share your information with your partner, take this time to share. At this time, we're not going to even tell you that if you have self-doubt, there is nothing such as such. You're already manifested, already manifesting, even if you're yet to see. We never say that you're not manifested. It simply means the answer is in a delay. Decide to just align yourself at the moment. I am Paramashiva in this moment again. Let me connect and go into the space of oneness. Because you're already seeing what is being shown. Decide to just connect to that. So we have a few more minutes.
We request all the viewers and all the participants to please go ahead, post the left comment section. We had a quick 21 round of the power manifestation. Request all of the post the left comment section. What did you experience, at this point of time? So how does Swamiji manifest for you? I request all of you to please go ahead, detailing post the left comment section. Only when you share with others what Swamiji made you experience bond of time, whatever you experience get embedded into your system. So sharing is very important. So take a minute, share it with every single one, your experience that you got from the power manifestation. And of course, do go ahead, verify with your partner as well what Swamiji revealed to you.
And you'll just see the prasadam of power manifestation is actually the feeling connection. It's not about the answers, or it's not about the attachment towards the Shaktis. Swamiji always says Shaktis are dust at Paramashiva's feet. We hold on to the feet itself. So take this time to strengthen your feeling connection in this Guru Purnima, this auspicious Guru Purnima celebration that we're having. The best way to have one of the strongest, building the strongest feeling connection with Swamiji is through power manifestation, because power manifestation manifests from the space of enlightenment. It only always strengthens your Guru Bhakti to Swamiji. So thank you so much everyone for manifesting the power manifestation with us. I hope all of you had a wonderful time, because we definitely enjoyed spending time teaching you, guiding you throughout the power manifestation session. Right now, we're going to be ending our...
Yes. So that beautiful round of power manifestation, I request all the viewers and all the participants, those of you watching us live right now. At the end of today's satsang, Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, very revealed about Abhaya, right? I would like to emphasize on that point once again. Abhayam Sarvabhutebhyo, the indestructible refuge.
Recording
Understand,
stopped.
when you give, take refuge at the Guru's lotus feet, right? When you take refuge at the Guru, you become the Guru, because Guru is the reality. The only reality which is true is Guru, because the memory cancellation is not there. Guru does not run, does not respond to you from that memory from the memory at all. It's not that he has experience of forgetfulness, no, but he runs, he operates from the space of anugraha, pure grace and compassion for the being. So that is why when you seek refuge at the divine lotus feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, not just you have the safe place for yourself, you feel protected. At the same time, you'll also experience and understand, you'll become him. This will become the reality for you. You'll experience it as a manifestation for you, where Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, becomes your reality. So, because all of you, take a minute, let us all reach out to all those people who are displaced out there in the world. There are more than 120 people who are displaced, and all of them needs a new hope. That is why the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is here to open his hands and saying, Abhayam Sarvabhutebhyo, the refuge for all, which is ultimate vow, which is echoing through the cosmos. So because all of you, please submit your applications at kailasa.ai/UANHCR. If you are seeking for a refuge, or if you know someone out there who's seeking for a refuge, or if you know any communities, or if you know organizations who are working in those fields as well, you can always enrich the other person with what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the initiative the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is spearheading, the Abhayam Sarvabhutebhyo. Till the last man on planet Earth gets protection, that is, it's our responsibility to spread this message wide and all for every single one. So once again, the link is kailasa.ai/UANHCR. You can submit your application in this directly from the UNHCR's refugees. Directly from that, they'll be coming in contact with you, contacting you, and so that they can talk to you, get more information about you, and find a way how to help you the most best way and the safest way as soon as possible. The doors of Kailasa is open for all of you. You can submit your applications until now. And on the day, on the auspicious day of Guru Purnima, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is going to be launching this program for all of you. So, a few events that's going to be coming up in Kailasa. Upcoming, we have the 29th of July, which is the auspicious day of Guru Purnima, the day where we can offer gratitude to Swamiji. There will be a live presidential address given by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Do not miss it. Along with this, there's various different rituals as well. You can offer your gratitude to Swamiji. So do participate in these rituals as well. And along with that, we have the next UAN Summit. The Paramashiva Sena program is being conducted from April 1st to September 1st, happening in Kailasa, Guinea-Bissau and in Kailasa, Tirunelveli. So with that said, let's all take a minute, offer gratitude as Divine Lotus Feet, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and conclude this segment with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukar Paramastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you all, Nithyanandam.
श्रीकैलासोन्नतद्वादशान्तश्यामलापीठारूढ श्रीमीनाक्षिसुन्दरेश्वरा भिन्नस्वरूप परशिवपुत्ररत्न कुमार गुरुमण्यतुल्यावतार श्रीपार्वतीस्तन्यपानलब्धदिव्यज्ञान विश्रुतसकलनिगमागमसारभूतद्राविडवेदप्रवक्त्रे श्रीमत्परमशिवकरुणासमधिगतमुक्तामयचतुरश्रयान् गीयमानछत्रचामर श्रीचिह्नकाहलादिसमस्तबिरदावल्यलङ्कृत ज्ञानविज्ञानचक्रवर्ती सर्वजनसङ्घसद्यो निर्वाणदीक्षाव्ययापवर्गवर्ष विश्राण जीमूत परमतकलभकेसरी शैवसिद्धान्तस्थापनाचार्य श्रीराजाधिराजपाण्ड्यमहाराजगुरु क्षपणशाक्यादिमहान्धकारनिवारणज्ञानभानु वीक्षणानर्हार्हध्वजोच्छेदनपूर्वक श्रीमद्वृषभध्वजस्थापक शैवसमयकर्त्रे सर्वज्ञपीठारूढ श्रीजगद्गुरु श्रीज्ञानसम्बन्धदेशिकस्वामि वागीशसुन्दरमाणिक्यवाचकस्वामिनाम् अवतारभूत श्रीज्ञानसम्बन्धस्वामि पुनरुद्धृत श्यामलापीठ सर्वज्ञपीठ त्रिनवत्युत्तरद्विशततम गुरुमहासन्निधान अरुणगिरियोगीश्वर परम्परागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञपीठ गुरुमहासन्निधान कैलास परम्परागत काञ्ची कैलास सर्वज्ञपीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तरद्विशततम गुरुमहासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्यमङ्गल नित्यकल्याण नित्यरजित कैलास परम्परागत आदिकैलास नित्यानन्दपीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठकर्तः साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परम्परागत वैवस्वतमनु इक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चन्द्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचन्द्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ति परम्परागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मण्डित चतुष्षष्टि सम्प्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्म शासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञपीठ सुराङ्गी साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूडामणे साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कपिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणिपीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामण्डलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव सिंहासनाभिषिक्त समस्त गणनायक श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अटल पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री अटल पीठाधीश्वर धर्म मुक्ति स्वर्गपुर स्वर्ण पीठ त्रयोविंश गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परम्परागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ जगद्गुरो श्री कैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्री कैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत्परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य वर्य सच्चिदानंद प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्रील श्री भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिन् अत्रागत्य परिपाल्य च अस्मान् विज्ञान वितरणेन विजयी भव जय जय।